Hi, Simple Life Ministry, Lorna here, back at you with another video. Today we are coming to you with, the video will be rice and peas. And I am at my sister-in-law, my brother's house in Toronto Heights. But anyways, we're here to make it because this is where I eat the best rice and peas. So if I want to always show you the best, so I am here today on a different location. Doing it with me is my niece, Michelle. So, yeah, she's hello. So Michelle is going to do it because, trust me family, she does it way better than me, the way her mom taught her. So we're just gonna go right ahead and do it.
Everything started. Okay.
Yes.
So hi everybody, Michelle and Humphrey Hunter, whichever one you want to use, here today with Auntie Lorna. We have started cooking the peas already. However, I'm going to show you what peas I decided to use today. Frankly, it doesn't matter to me whether it's red kidney beans or just the regular red peas. These are the small ones. They cook much faster and the taste personally doesn't taste different to me. As I said, it doesn't really matter. So as Auntie Lorna said, yes, my mother does cook the best rice and peas. I will not disagree with that. And we have started, so I just used a bag of this. We have a bag of this already. In the pot we have added 3 cloves of garlic, a piece of ginger, nothing, you know, maybe half a teaspoon of ginger, and we also added 3 pimento seeds. I'm very specific with the 3 pimento seeds. I hate having rice and peas, and while I'm enjoying my rice and peas, I'm crunching on pimento seeds. So I'm very specific with the 3 pimento seeds, and it doesn't make it any different because it has been soaking overnight, as well as it would have been here already boiling while as you cook the peas. So the peas is already ready. And I am going to ensure, my mommy always says to me, Michelle, clean the sides of the pot. I don't know, that wasn't done throughout the process, but please don't mind that, because the rice and peas will come out just as tasty nonetheless. Yes? Now I'm going to be adding in the seasoning. We're going to have onion. I normally use 1 onion. This is a medium-sized onion, medium-sized Jamaican onion. And so here are some of the other things that we would have added to it. The garlic, so I added 3, right? And the ginger we have the ginger here. You don't necessarily have to grate the ginger. You don't have to grate it. You just can probably just cut a piece off. Or if you have it like this, you can just measure ½ teaspoon and that should be perfect. And of course the pimento seeds. If you are not familiar with pimento seeds, these are pimento seeds. And then 1, 2, 3, only 3. Right, I'm emphasizing that because yeah. And then of course we have our scallion and our thyme, and we're also going to obviously have salt. This is the pink salt, the healthier salt to use. And we have, normally I would put sugar in it, 1.5 teaspoon of sugar. But of course we're going healthy, so we are having honey instead, so we can put the same 1.5 teaspoon of honey, or maybe 2 teaspoons if you like. I personally like it sweet, my mommy doesn't, so she would probably opt to use 1 teaspoon. And then we're going to have ketchup. I've seen many rice and peas videos and I realize that most persons don't put ketchup or sugar, but this really gives it that nice taste and flavor too. So we're going to put 1 tablespoon of ketchup, and of course you can use any ketchup of your choice. Even if you want to make your own ketchup, that's fine. And we also have our natural seasoning, and we're going to be using 1 to 2 teaspoons of this. And again, you don't have to necessarily stick to the measurements that I am here providing you with. You may do it based on your taste, because it depends on how much water is here, how much rice and peas you're going to be preparing, and also it depends on your taste. So if you prefer things a little bit salty, my family is a family that has we have a history of hypertension and diabetes, so you know we should really be using these. But of course it's rice and peas, and it's just once per week, every Sunday, so we sometimes want to indulge, and as a result that's what we do. We just ensure that, oh, that was hot, that we make our rice and peas really good. Persons come, they enjoy it, and we have a very good time eating our rice and peas. All right, good. Oh, and yes, and the butter. So we have our butter, and we're going to be using not 2 tablespoons or 1.5 thereabout, give and take. And if you want, you can also use coconut oil. We did boil some coconut oil. You don't have to come over, I'll come with it. Yeah. So we did boil some coconut oil. It's, and Marie did it. It's just perfect. It smells divine, to be honest. It's just, yes, it smells like pastry, which you can't beat that, right? Okay, so let's go straight into it.
Okay. So one thing I want to point out now, this is why I'm really glad I came here to have Michelin did this, because it just brings me back to growing up here and having and seeing her mom do this. And look at this. We can't forget having the water with the spoons and everything that you do. And another thing, she said that for me, family, I always threw like a whole handful of pimento seed in my pot, and then I have to be picking it out before I serve it to the other person. So when she said specifically just 3, that kind of blew me. So I learned that from her today. Period. So come on in now, Shelly, and just
Okay, so I had completely forgotten to mention to you, obviously we're going to need rice because we're doing rice and peas. This is basmati rice, or it's jasmine rice, one out of the 2. Of course it doesn't matter because rice is rice, and this is white rice, right? So we have 3 cups of rice, and again it all depends on you, how many cups you want in there. You would now decide how much water you need to be in the pot, and everything will be in your description. In the description, everything will be linked in the description. The exact measurement that we would have used for the amount of water and the rice that we have here. I also completely forgot, of course, our real Jamaican coconut milk. Look how nice and creamy this is. I mean, you could literally just put this to your head and gulp it all down. It's just so delicious. So we have pretty much a cup of this, and we're going to pour it in. I prefer to put my coconut milk in first. I don't really know what mommy would do, or maybe I do, but I'm just doing what I prefer to do. But it's the same recipe, it's just different steps done differently, right? So steps done differently. So I'm pouring in my coconut milk, get everything in, everything as much as we can, as best as we can. We're getting everything in, and then we would have had our onions chopped up already, so we're putting that in, right in. Then we have our seasoning, our sauce, and our natural seasoning. So we're just dumping that in, everything dumping it together, right? Then we have our ketchup. Sorry about that. So here we go with our ketchup. And normally I just eyeball everything, so this is just so strange for me to be measuring. But anyway, we have to be doing it properly today, not a problem. And then, let's just give this a little rinse. We have our honey. I will definitely have to taste this rice and peas because I've never prepared it with honey before. So we're going to be doing our honey. Let's say 1 and a little bit more, just because honey is already so naturally sweet. And we have those in. Then of course we have our scallion. Now you can decide what you want to do with your scallion. You can just probably, my mommy would beat it up, you know. Me, I would do that too sometimes if I feel like whatever. I mean, we really want the taste, so it would be good to actually get it all smashed up, as well as you can dice it up, mince it up, cut it up, however you want to do it. it's really up to you. And of course, we know that we have to have clean hands. I did wash my hands before this. Yes, I'm a teacher, so and I teach babies, so definitely. Well, not now, but before. So I'm a neat freak, really. Not necessarily neat freak, but I tend to be very tight when it comes down to certain things. Right, this piece, we can take this off. So we have our scallion in and our thyme, and all these things were washed prior to all doing this, what we're doing here, right? Then we are going to dump in our butter. We're going to put in the pepper last. So the butter has started melting. I'm going to put a little bit more. So here we have our butter. And then our pepper. Now normally what I do, I don't think my mommy does this, but I like to do this. Simply because my husband enjoys spicy food. So I would just poke the pepper a bit. Yes, and then just drop it in the pot. And we're good to go, and then we give it a nice stir. And then of course the most important thing to do is to taste it. You have to taste it. My mommy would always ensure that she comes to find me first before putting the rice in, just to get my approval. So even though it's her recipe, it's more mine than hers, because if I don't like it, then it's not going to go on, right? So we taste it. I think I could probably do with a little bit more salt, just because, excuse me. So I'm going to put a little bit more salt in it. Just probably that much. Give it a nice good stir. Again. Auntie Lorna, would you like to taste?
Yes, I would. Oh my. It does taste good. Really, really nice. Rich and
yes, creamy. And it has that earthy, natural taste that we are always going for, because of course natural is always the best way to go.
Yes. And I guess I was overdoing it with the pimento.
Yes, the pimento tends to have this overwhelming, overpowering taste. So we always try to keep it 3 garlic cloves, 3 pimento seeds, you know, a good chunk of scallion, thyme. Some persons overdo it with the, not the thyme, the onion. Some persons may overdo it with the onion too. But you know, a nice medium to large onion is fine, right? And the pepper, once the pepper starts to boil in it, then you're good to go. So here we're going to just wash the rice. Give it a nice quick wash. That would be good. I don't know, I can just pour it out. Pour the water off quickly. It's not that. It's the orange one. So we're just going to pour all the water off the rice. There we have our rice. And again, as I said, this was never written in stone, right? It's up to you. You can tweak it. It's your rice and peas, right? Because I'm pretty sure that many persons, my mommy would have taught to make rice and peas, would have put their personal touch to it and make it their own. Of course, giving credit to her, because we have to give credit where credit is due, right? So let's just clean this out quickly. And we're going to leave it on medium to high heat. And as soon as mommy was saying something to me about ensure that my finger is somewhat, I'm not about to dip my finger in this, to be honest. I just eyeball it and go ahead, because at the end of the day, the only thing we really want at the end of the day is some nice tasting food, and this rice and peas is definitely going to be something to talk about, right? So here we're giving it a quick stir, and if you want, you can come in and look on this, and we see that the rice, the water is probably about an inch above the rice, which is perfect. I think that's what she was saying. And of course, if we see that the water is too much, there's no harm in just removing some and using it later if needed. So here we have it. We're going to cover it up until it comes to a boil. And we will catch you back in a little bit, okay? Thank you. I smell something delicious. Let's take a look. Just divine. Actually, I want to come and take a look. Of course, please ignore the size. My mother would be disgruntled.
It looks beautiful, and it looks like it tastes good.
Okay.
You ever look at rice and peas when you go somewhere and you could tell that you don't need to put that in your plate because it's not nice. But when you look at this family, you can tell that it's nice. So
what we're going to do now, we're going to just remove all these seasonings that we had in there, because of course we can't serve with them. What mommy would normally do, she would probably just take the scallions out, just take the pieces of scallions out and then mix everything up. She would also remove the pepper, but as I said, I like the pepper in. Well, not me, but my husband likes the pepper in. So I tend to just leave it in. But, I mean, again, it's up to you. And the onions can stay in because persons like that. So remove the thyme, remove the scallion. I remove them. We have other persons, of course, that they would... Oh, this is burning me. That they would mince the scallion, so we wouldn't have to be removing anything. And then we could just mix everything up. But any chunks of anything that you want to remove is fine, because the thing that we want is a taste, and trust and believe it's going to taste awesome, right? So I'm going to be taking out this piece of thyme. It's very stubborn, I don't know why. So here we go. And again, right, so we're removing all these things, okay? And if you want your rice to be not too shelly, you prefer it soft, you just steam it for a little bit longer. If you want it harder and more shellier, then you put less water in. I mean, that's common equation, right? So it's up to you, it's up to your taste, it's up to what your family likes. It's really up to you, but the recipe is actually a really good recipe, and I really do hope you try it. And of course, you have to like this video. There's no going around that. Subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you can get all fun and wonderful videos that will be coming up soon. Right? So we're going to plate and then taste. So like, subscribe, share. Turn on notification bell.
that's right.
Right? Alright, thank you. So just give us one quick second.
Okay.
So here we have our finished rice and peas with some raw veg and burger meat. Of course, it's all natural burger meat.
Oat burger.
Oat burger. Right. So
we actually don't need any meat with this.
Okay. If Auntie Lorna says so.
Yes, it's good.
So she's going to try it, and let's see.
It tastes nice. It does. Perfect family. You have to try the Humphreys recipe, rice and peas recipe.
Yes.
So that's it for now.
Thank you so much for watching.
Please remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you know when we come back with another video.
Happy Sunday.